no kwamo mianka na awodi nipa pina ekwa tete mu pao amani pampempema wale agu odia sampa spiritual and herbal center awo wo mo yade se wo mbemu wanya basisi a yade bi tise stroke gonorrhea anabama waye mre e wampamu low sperm count wo mo wanu aduro tatahwe ene je sam se seba ne sunsumu nsama wo mo telete se ye sunsumu aware anasa yare bi ne yade amawo pampabone anabo ana wanya abai amane e court case wo betu charge osisi a enam omadwuma panti ni pampempem ene be fo mo kofie ekoye sunsumu nyuma ede momo se mosini ene enzimani akabo mu dia sunsumu niama asie betu obi aje wukunu anasa wo yere awaresem adwuma sam akwantuo mu nsam ni nyina aya suma sam fabadan odia sampa spiritual and herbal center obehuyan of
New Koforidua ejoso ne konongo infinfin aye Ashanti region ehon ma number aye didi juma no aye 054 330 4976 anase 020 134 0421 054 330 4976 anase 020 134 0421
Odia Sampa Spiritual and Herbal Center. You be do us some amount.
Alright, I'm mama kwaba emra Odia Sampa TV. Musumfo Odia Sampa ni. Twede ampa bie kwa ni emi ni ehwe enwe de mi gidi se oho eye. Sa na me so odomakoma adawrmanti me ho odin. Abusha eye Farouk Wahab. Abrene abrebia na ya na meka se anka Ghana. Titiri ye mabunu no. Information say ena wo say you follow ni yetume gada nye hu hawa ye betumi atoto ye nema ye na maye man no so atumi agina na ne meka ne sese yan kasa kra ne anya so mfaso a nchirima a eba no aba abenya so emfaso because anka meka ya aye say ye nyina including me ye ignorant of enema a atwa ye ho ahia no adentia school a ye kɔ no eniema a omochire ya ebe boye ama ya brabo a improve eba ne say ye natural resources even ye farming activities any every ye export and import sene ebe ya ye behu ani so na even kran eba ne say how to make money kran no ebe ye easy ama ye na ye schools no omonchire ye bi all because say omochire ya ye betumi ade ho and near edi youth no adwen bebre eye MPP NDC inti nim bibia aside MPP NDC and obi ohonum kra na some support MPP the background and say the history of MPP ekwan be na MPP fa so baaye na MPP achievement ankasa kra any den a ohun bi the same way na NDC enso eye Farouk Wahab Nansiya na yebete se Donald Trump ede tax ahodo bi ede ato yeso and other countries obi kra ate obi kra enshow concern ono ne concern na MPP ni NDC na Farouk Wahab ekomu details ebe chire mu na ochire se even ye agudie kra ye ni abre ye de se ye nsase say ye nsuo ye fi se ye nkwa na e wo gold ntia ye frɛ ye Gold Coast eno. There are so many countries omo gold ni bi but omo enter chisa gold no nemom ewo asase num as a reserved then omo bezi mainly ewo agric obi de eye ntosu kwa obi de eye ye kan say abe nkoa obi de eye mokonkoa nanso no omo economy eye far better echen oman Ghana aye sorry aye see your gold your diamond your bauxite your oil your manganese your name it your ni nyina kra no ye see opinion owie nso no okokyere mu eye boko entokwa a ekoso a ye ntumi ensisi na sa ntokwa we eno ena ya ne ye sorry ne ye ko peacekeeping e wo baabi na his excellency John Dramani Mahama ekoye nuanom saharfo ye omomade omo ho a omutu mpo na okachrom se okobo omo na omo afight eye terrorism na eye meseria no enie we American ebia NDC ni bi aba ha ne buafo into onto aso entie asam a ye de ebre no who knows ye nyina ye guso emrepa ebeba anase emrebone no ebeba no of bone osu kuro bobo no ono so timu bi But also hi Odi Asampa TV. So you subscribe to channel now, but subscribe no share no like it. If I have no make up so ko instead be the video for tomorrow on sabe kan be na wa hwe. Afei ebi a ye be ma o mema sam enko yi oba awo ho dadwen e how diabetes, asthma, hepatitis B so na etete wa. Pure organic herbal medicine e wo ho e betumi e de abo ama o ho ato. Fa number dey go as your no 054 330 4976. Yenti Farouk Drop.
Shasia in free and Sarah Yabagana, Mr. Shasia, would you say it's a blessing in disguise?
What blessing, sir?
The tariffs.
Why tariffs?
From the US.
It's all kinds of
I know. Say tariffs are United States. They are from China, Asia, Africa, Obia, Yani, Europe, and Yani, African Swenya, Nidia.
The fair share.
Would you say it's a blessing in disguise? First of all, before we come to the main discussion.
Well, it has always been a blessing, sir. Country be a beholdu, not take care, not take control of your own destiny. So if you feel and believe, sir, your destiny hangs in the pocket of another country, it's just like, sir, Obi or full ladder. Now they are going to down be so. You climb the ladder to get to the top. But when you wanted to come down, Obi you ladder and free. So you have two options: either to jump down, get wounded, or get killed, or you remain at the top there. But what I say, that is what is going on now. Obian country, African countries. Let's start Africa because I'm African. Obian country, Ghana, Lesotho, Nigeria, and all these countries say, basing the economy in US dollars. Obian country, other countries of the world, so basing the economy with the US dollars. Where we are now, America took advantage of the Second World War. World War now the Allied forces then cleverly they pulled all of them. America one participating much in the war, or call as humanitarian, no call as peacekeeper. But no imagine we was winning in New York. Na United Nations no yan famraha na bibia ne yan kanwa. That's where America caught the world up. And I'll go to New York. Into New York no, or yeah, independent state of the New York United Nations Street by fall. And no man's land say. So America no problem crowd or pewacho. Now a president or baby crana. So by UN General Assembly America I'm running you or tiasie. Now a ban commercials, bilateral and the business. And no de ekachi Argentina mete Ghana. Na me kwaje down oligo between dollars. Argentina obiti Yugoslavia your friends Burkina no base in economy. Ka France foreign credit no 1 year no ebia in France and euros. Na obese in economy in dollar. In the American for no or printed dollars no the be my US treasuries. The US treasuries in dollar no cash or ton because per dollar to oh see this no a utue scam ya print ma no wa print aboka e de ato ho no asa akwa America no akoto dollar e will be currency enye aduane no akoto enye banshio or dollar and US treasury no there be Ghana or the bar on ton ma me no crowd no achama banks no mso ton black market into kotoska beton to America no or the $100 mawa treasury in percentage by 2%. In this says $200, but it be Obama bear let's say 95. Into the 9500 no koji $95. And America did it across the world. But what is it? Now, African countries, American say, a dear Yaman I will to free America. And it is a si udua kuku. Na the kuku in eba. United States no about ton there. Ukuku na ode ban. I'll slash 10% on it. Because United States government will issue $80 million on cocoa related product a day.
share your top 5 exports.
Yes.
I will say your chassis every gold.
Gold, yes.
Na about crude petroleum.
Yes.
Na about cocoa beans, cocoa paste, any manganese. Oh no. And only your top 5. Into each of these, 10%.
Okay.
Increment.
Let's look at it case by case.
Okay.
OPEC gold. To me, gold is not a viable commodity. We are offline. Gold is not a viable commodity. Gold to an African country, Skabia and Shedenim. We rather reserve the gold or land in for emergency purpose rather than say yeah mining gold. Ensure our economic viability gold. Tomatoes our economic viability to an African gold. And he said you sorry I'm not pay what to ensure sir oh sorry I'm not pay what the tomatoes
be we pay me kodibi
oh sorry I'm not pay obi atomako into a Kanish market obi atomako obi adi tomatoes ensure akra sabi ni mami amani ska kra so mfanko tonsuo. And you look at the costs and the money that goes into drinking water a day. Next time, say me know to we, any the whole mufia. How many people and what to gold? How many 2,000 Ghanaians group you're doing better that day and what to gold? Gold has no economic viability. It is a stock and a metal that has a weight and a value called money. That's okay. And to say you gold na there's in gold no. Say Ghana say or packaging issue. I go to Saudi Arabia said you to Kuwait to Emirates to you have water bodies, drinking water, SSIM financial. You make money out of that than selling gold.
So why are we not looking at that?
Because your economic senses and your directions of economy and the political decisions, you know, your leaders all over across board, you know, when you enjoy sebi say, oko akuma dan you ship tomatoes segu, but tomatoes when you get to European marketer, ubi ato tomatoes on a daily basis, and it's a pineapple, yen ton, yen timi franco export. Now ubi I no can go to Hasem. From where go if you are studio hanging. The party do say who raw good, none. Obi who good. And what is the talk about? Say what ha now good. It's not a major export no. It is yes of in terms of value, no.
Yes.
Your good no value and a good of value. But in terms of economic viability, the usage and it's not a day-to-day product that you use. It is 40 million populated. Obi etons you 40 million obi atomaku obi ato cassava ni good there in our economic friends benefits and then away inti back to the 10%.
By the these are all normal.
This is yes obi
ati we say kayema yenin ko
it is your exportable commodity because Mexico in economic akraka ni nyina no tomatoes Peru in economy na pepper. So if you have all these things now ntimi mu ani nko export emfa nko ton now see gold that we mission one
buy na bit to me pro
mama omom gina ho ni nyina one na to gold she no bottom one she gold ring
omukra no mu pay gold ya no pay silver
because gold is nothing paper chop obi no gold share America the whole Nevada state Las Vegas gold na bi na yen yewo America o tun gold and then or say or reserve stock no person be conflict with technology because na dream ba so be too good obi ankusua medicine obi ankusua the effects what it brings when you are dealing
with gold rush
yes
then
yes
gold rush and kaya homo pa
yes inti obi antente never does America says no dollar ko for ma no akotu onu obi anche no akotu gold no they are backing the currency no as stocks nisi ho. That's what American is doing. Now, the end there, one, your course, you what degrade your land or forest, where you be a gold.
Mining gold.
Yes. Who gold in the end, you're too good. All over you, I say, one who gold that. Who have seen gold? How many Ghanaians buy gold? Into America, 10%, you know. To me, it is something like you said, a blessing in disguise. the social illustration aspect na wo hu say okay yen no esebie here for edisoni Korea ni Japan mo ne China for ko onu omunko no mom percentage na yen here for the obeslash na obemaye sa 10% good tariffs na what it seeks to do ni say cocoa na ya de ko no o say ukoko na wo de ba me krom no utua 10% because ujiskana listen ujiskana utua woka now diskano akọ China now they akọ Europe now akọ fa ne manu akoton enti how many Ghanaian companies me no mienu ye kofa ne ma America virtually none.
Oh yeah.
Ghana government on turn medical supplies and on turn medicine America on turn medicine and India on turn medicine enti ono koton cocoa no e de ma America $1 na oba no diskana koton India medicine no tuaka in design there wa also pay me $1 no measure 10% every import choice opa fabra opa memfama who can be to say manganese me no ti kroma hwan no so hu manganese do you know how it looks like
the ore
yes.
Okay, no quite the raw sir.
Thank you
because manganese ore near
yes and how they call and no volume say Ghana ni bi o to student to go far even mechanical engineering students are manganese on hu bi da they have not seen it. Ghana like timber one of our lucrative but timber no yemfa ma Americans biom timber no China for India for beji ha no de ko and ono atetewa hu o product no now gold no enye United States government and ye di gold no come on and yes I gold in there your buyers all over but rather no ye individual American companies and a better gold no e wa ha and I say pro American companies and a better gold but no only government na a contract of 10% onu tua onu ay 10% and ya wo dia dia kanya new month me adade nyina ofa ni nyina akọ
ye hwe crude oil
yes
cocoa paste
yes
any your friend say cocoa beans
yes
paste ni beans ni nyina ye de ko
and then again beans paste no kwada is in recent times
yeah
and look nobody sees in volume just by mouth because yen share me factory a cocoa board for asi I say adding value of course won't me adding value and cotton chocolate am as Swiss on top
yes is the best
yes into esa produce raw no also producing more cocoa beans no not ya na be say be added value it is not true so added value abroad be better into beans na esa we land no produce much or more beans no and our farms no fertile land balanced rainforest land no into duano more net on more na juice na de obeton the other bay no or the akoye you don't have that power and that technology abitim their back into this technology ni duano more na beton obi beto tomatoes no so turn raw na bitim dua more na dia man insess we bese no the other koye nya wasem I get me
what you say
paste tell me how many companies organ to cocoa paste very few but cocoa no krangaza no Switzerland photo greater more than the United States. America be okoto processed ewo Belgium international market Ghana cocoa. Enti the ono person here ni say wa hwe hu say eniema na ye be fa na America no virtually en touch in free ho. Oko Costco na koto your friends say American water virgin water na de ba ha eno na ke wato bibi America who the impact wo Ghana no wo de ba.
And go for say Donald Trump onukura na say why lenient kakra towards because with China no 125% as of Enra now obi the 125% to export so and he's been lenient. That is why I'm asking say is it a blessing in disguise? Is it time for intra-African trade?
Yabaye AFTAC which is a white elephant
yes
in its yakra.
And then there's also the Boku mi refinidin kaso be kame AFTAC and then the one US 4 years sign
the American African it's a protocols and I say bilateral agreements in there.
Agoa.
Ewo hobby bibi. Ni na oho. But the point is, any Agoa no. We concentrate on the AFTAC.
Okay.
The AFTAC ni any African Union and the establish a commission. EDBC Accra say the African Free Trade Continental Area. African Libya, Yenidi and Hudja. And I've asked, I think in your studio, say, who are the people behind the trade? Is a human being. Who is to push the trade activities? A human being. Now, why your trade agreement? Collaborating with trader. I cannot take my passport as a Ghanaian and go to Morocco.
No.
Without visa. So how do I go and do business in Morocco? A Moroccan cannot come to Ghana without Ghana visa. And to any visa, how does he come? Do you send Saudi and Yamanu Kwaba to pay in so Neko? Who is to follow? Egypt or Ghana visa free. South Africa country recently no my funny your friends a visa waiver and of course say cumulative 90 days per annum. It means that we could be a tot we 90 days within a year now as we could apply visa. Into the whole Africa. You need Ethiopia is the the center of African Commission, which is the African Union. How many African countries now call Ethiopia visa free? There's no country in Africa, the visa, resident visa, no board in Ethiopia. And how do you do business from as a Ghanaian in Ethiopia? How does Ethiopian come to do business here? Abra Ghana Susuno, Omo Baje visa Sanko for Ghana resident permit $1,000. Look at the cost. Nigeria Baji resident permit $500. And Uko minimum by Ghana Suko Ligosa is about $1,000. In the Yeni Ankasano, your position, your say, ye PBBI. And
currency is very important. With the West Africa Echo. Now, Echo Nukra,
white elephant. Echo can never happen today because
why?
No, but how is it going to be? From 1975, yeah, the Echo was a sea agreements, charter, protocols, and then Ebian why you signing. You signing here. Free border, Yentiman signing.
What is the barrier to that?
The barrier to
because
that.
Because when you echo West Africa,
the French says back and will control 11 French countries on the West African belt. 11 French countries, you know, only one making it 12. Guinea, Conakry. One man joining safer zone.
Okay.
But Roma can join safer. And the seller controlled by the France. France will not tell. Say, Odne, Togo, Benin, La Côte d'Ivoire, Omunabel, French allies in Dawson. Omo Muslim French for your ally, Omni and San Omatium Hono. Burkina, Niger, and then Mali, and Omatium. But even Mali, no, Unjan is safe and Yusu, or there Yusu. Burkina, Unjan is safe and Yusu, or there Yusu. And to France, a Castle Côte d'Ivoire. Don't sign this agreement under what would it happen? And the French.
But what about self-determination? Are we forever going to
in the African country that self-determine herself? Self-determination is independence. The independence in the but having gotten the independence, which is self-determination and then etc. No, what is beyond that? Any year, you independently. You independently. Your education system, everything. And the tariff for now, or not the man is a wake up call. It's a wake up call, say. So also dollar now, copedia, on what in baby. On case of our products, bra, never gen a dollar. And this also produce Bibia, Americano, many babies on so airpay. Now also buy also the tariff for no. So export to United States, will be because my dear, official list of countries. Kuwait, or one product which is oil. Qatar. Or one product which is oil and gold. And your UAE, Saudi Arabia, San American de Tutoso. Because from 1946, America and Saudi Arabia, the oil is scarce to keep Pramano. Well, keep Pramano and Saudi for question, no means cannot do. And you command a tax. On command a tax.
No, that's a family coming.
Or to mean count. And then a Kasogi, journalist do kokanya Kukuno Egypt. No. American Nimska, I said the Nimska from 1946 Accord. Akudi America because 60% of Saudi Arabia oil, no, America for the Jews cut to.
They don't want to rock the boot.
What's that?
They don't want to rock.
They don't want to rock. Now all these countries here, Kano, which are Saudi United Arab Emirates, a country only independent 1971 ebi ko asabi wani ni chair no 1971 Qatar 1971 Kuwait 1961 share countries in the Arabian Peninsula ye chair wo bibi share baby asa countries in what baby ayen wo other America through so be ka countries because he gets good money from them but yen niam no e dia ben na the point say ye bias which I'm also educating the public and educating my good sister say what Trump is doing against Africans, Europeans have done it worse. But because what the persona Trump and then the attitude you know,
I say we Europe who know more cacao. And that's a said
the Europeans are against us, a very worse HSA. A country like Ghana, we have only 10 days from Accra to Amsterdam, Accra to Rotterdam port, in turn by vessel, Accra to Brussels, Antwerp port, Accra to Hamburg, Accra to Napoli, ports across Europe. It's either 8 days or 11 days. Now, again, the Europeans talk if you Latin America, which is about 45 days sailing. Omto tomatoes, oto pear, oto mangoes, oto watermelon, oto pepper, BBR if you Latin America. Europeans now could be companies in Latin America. Peru, El Salvador, San Salvador, Argentina, a whole no because they get free land, free descent, any Brazil. Now, I ship us any money diaba. One, almost say, yeah, chemical on the yoho.
Sir,
yeah, Accra to Amsterdam and now Rotterdam. No, yeah, brought pineapple. We used to have the best pineapple.
Yeah,
the whole of the African continent, sweet pineapple, quality pineapple, yeah, and then the European Union for they slashed that one. Over Trump there. What about see a pineapple to me? Yet, the company will come on records. A European French company called Blue Skies.
Yeah,
Blue Skies. Yeah, bro, Ben, I say, yeah, in Sawamna, Europeans so monton.
some say chemicals ne also.
Thank you. Me who having baby Blue Skies will dear ne pineapple no. Ono ato from the cooperative farmers now say chemicals does no and one blue skies or na juice na anopa ewia kele mafa Air France afa Brazil afa ebedu anopa the next morning 8 o'clock Carrefour French shops in the European shops na blue skies
me in free Ghana
ba ku kure no free baby free Ghana
enti no meeting trade ministry ni Europe omu din komo say no omun check biom so omu say your chemicals coming omun check biom na yen to me export
chemical bi anim because because omu no adia so ko Europe hwe pineapple da ne kase nyina be say efi Peru den but omu to 10 euros 15 euros a piece Ghana dia kakraka fresh what juice nice also ompe. What about your pepper? Pepper is a chemical womb. Pepper no go for Peru no. Omu ye no organic. There be ni na chemicals no mu dia. Ye chemical crowd say ahode go for gu ni am omu hu de omu ye. Ni pa do say na ye de weedicides ni insecticides. It's a matter of how our trade ministry how weak they bargain because kotra desk no na Europeans in kasa on ordinary yes I go and tell them because no money farmer until the Japanese for owned of farms that trade ministry own ho owned of farms that agric ministry owns you. Your father must be a farmer, your mother must be a farmer, your family must be able to know how to farm. And son on what we say no say Japan or yaka who trade minister what see the Japan philosophy of trading as a into bit media co. Yet it is not like that. You produce agric produce in madam. So you say your team negotiated proper arrangement in terms of proximity and distance. You need Europeans and you Europeans in Gua. I don't know the same Europeans embassies and Holland embassy, Belgium, a German Omiana Hanomo, Abublushi, Coffee fruit to Mtoho. I don't know the same fruit in by Europe, they are chemicalized. Now told you I had there.
Yeah, share your priority exports, no priority products, no. Yes, chassis every chassis free automobile and vehicles. Ye free hwa na yaba iron and steel products, pharmaceutical products, services. Ye sign wo industrial salt.
Yes.
Ye wo machinery and components, industrial starch. And so ye wo sugar, processed cocoa, cashew processed and in shell. Ye wo horticultural products, oil seeds processed. Ye wo fish and fishery products, textile, garments and apparel. Ye wo natural rubber sheets, aluminium products. These are some of the priority products at Ghana.
They exporting in commercial volumes, virtually none. I'm sure where even the money is sitting. Oil, seed oils. Seed oil, boa seed, any seeds a wool chrome hand. See any oil, you cannot. You see a crown. It's more than the cocoa that you hire.
I just say, Nipa be muti se mua as a mutia chile share.
Yes.
And now you are not just looking at it from the Ghanaian point of view.
Yes.
You are well traveled. You've been all over the world.
Extremely.
You've seen things for yourself.
Yes.
And you are saying some of these things. So why are we still doing the same?
Because it is because I've said it and Ghanaians must listen. No country has ever succeeded politically, government-wise, with any party manifesto. You cannot run and rule. You cannot run and rule and govern, administer, and then manage any country in this world with your party manifesto. It's wrong.
What are you suggesting?
What I'm suggesting is that the National Development Plan that cultivates the ideology, philosophy, and the everything that encompasses the country, your resources in the BBN. As you prioritize it, say you way, way, madam, share a product be a friend cannabis.
Yes.
All over the world. Obia legalizing. Obia legalizing.
Ours is the best too.
Yeah,
when I heard, I'm like,
Obia legalizing. Cannabis protocols at the Ghana Parliament the last 12 years. 12 years from 2016. Still counting 2000 and how do we look at 12. Still counting 2008. Still counting. Cannabis protocols you're signing here. You know why Lesotho isn't Lesotho for their high. You know why the Prime Minister of Lesotho, who is a very good friend, he has the biggest cannabis extraction oil in the whole world. Lesotho. Look at a small country like Lesotho. Look at a small country like Lesotho.
Yeah.
Omo Prime Minister. Only they do cannabis. Now the biggest cannabis oil extraction plant in Okotofi, China. In the cannabis oil, the cost of pharmaceutical companies all over the world will be a Kokotobino. Lesotho is Kanako. America or tossa cannabis oil more than any other country.
Trump said nobody even knows that country.
Thank you.
Nobody even knows that country.
Okasa Onunim said no. And go for the same team the cannabis. American pharmaceutical companies sell country no Toma. Ono Babajia no abeji nisika raw no dollar no de aba. Lesotho here bibia no ko China. Enti say wo per dollar there ene measure this percentage. So yes idea ne fa ko China na ko ju RMB. America no share baby a mobaji omusika more against what they bring down. And I say baby a obaji dollar against what you also get from them. And no Trump is a bad president. But when it comes to a corporate America, what he's seeking to do, and he say, is it fair, in all fairness, say Japan or the car as many as 1.5 million cars from Japan and North America every year. Say average of $20,000 krana. Check it. How many American cars and the Japan photo? Not up to 100,000. So you see the balance of trade deficit.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
Now let's go to country China. Until China number in the late 90s, mid 90s, early 2000s, was Apple a bit dominating the world markets. Americans were buying American stuff. Car ne boarding chrome to America. Metal ne padlock ne boarding cotton America. So American industries were in business. Now in American industries, the corporate America, that's the private person who did on to America, okoto ne China no there be room America no aton no age dollar. So who earns the dollar is the Chinese.
Yeah.
And Trump was looking at say BBI South America subway train crown almost to Japan for Niema. Sorry, China for Niema. And the Americans are buying Oko Canal Street in New York. Everything China. And Donufi said no. If China had become right now, you can the most economic powerful nation is no more America. And Trump knows. It's just the talk. China is the strongest economic power of the world now.
But China is always ranked behind America.
It is because, say, America, for no, they called it world police, world democratic nations, leaders of the world. Because, say, I want the UNC. Because, say, America didn't capital ends, say, medicine, crana, higher tech. Into America will not sit down, say, come in the history of the world. Now you see the world's strongest economy, America. Don't forget in 2015 when the economic recessions, it's Chinese that build America out.
Yes.
And America will go many grass. And it is not correct say America women say China tops them and they lead them. Even India, they top them, they eat them, they lead them. But sir, economic trade competition now between three countries. It was between Germany, Japan, and America. Who is who has the best economy? United States always rank themselves the best.
Yes.
In the mid 80s, Germany comes second, not Japan taking. Germany comes second, not Japan taking. And Korea best step in. When Korea stepped in, no, not those Korean refugees who go American, only the American car technology go Korea. Or call building Hyundai cars, they are American. You enter American cars to Korea there. Japan then the cars go. Ubia then the cars go. Germans drum cars go. How many American cars do you find them in Germany? Zero. How many American cars in Korea? And to know Trump, if he said any country, I'll beji udu product baha, I'll beji misikako. I mean Timinia also told me dear son dear. That is the percentage your business into a world tariff war. Yeah. And or the aba. They have been among the lot on Canada. Because Canada there or in your border.
They say they want to make it is it 50 second state? It's a sovereign country.
And you crack a royal public or president, Prince Charles. What is the King Charles? It was an insult on the face of the Canadians.
And now they are boycotting US products and all of that. Because you try a but you bar, maybe see a buffy ankasa. What the real impact of tariffs would have on the ordinary Ghanaian semi and me fan basket kojomua. What is the real impact and how do we begin to cushion ourselves against some of the impact of that 10%? Because obviously 10% emu odupa se papa be tretre mu a o say emu odupa e was afọ ntwa home branches here. The gold rush.
Yes.
Then.
Yes. Yes.
Gold rush and kaya homopa.
Yes. Inti obi antempti. Never does American says no dollar call for no akutu. Or no obi anche. No akutu gold. Not they are backing the currency no. As stocks needs you. That's what American is doing. Now all the end there one your cruise you what degrade your land or forest where you be gold.
Mining gold.
Yes. Who gold in the end now. You're too good. All over you soon say one who gold that. Who have seen gold? How many Ghanaians buy gold? Into America 10%, To me, it is something like you said, a blessing in disguise. The social illustration aspect in our who say, okay, except you're here for this only Korea and Japan, China for or no more percentage. Now you're here for the other slash it. Now, over my 10% good tariffs now. What it seeks to do is say, Cocoa na ya de kono. Or say, Cocoa na ode ba mikrum no. 10%. Because ujis kana, I listen, ujis kana utia waka.
Now, deep and nice conversation here about the 10% tariff on Ghanaian exports. Na ye papa Farouk Wahab or the Afadoma be brave when I say you try who ba a baby fee because tariffs no the two consumer yani yebre na yako break now we can say we don't mention names now we can say it's time for us to start exporting your vegetables your fruits ni biom if you say now sege you mentioned it ubeko na watermelon dey go for sisalo mango ye pe akese
kintampo mango suni na yo tugu ye tu mango suni na o kintampogu mango no so na egu from salon mango is the most expensive. Let's compare salon mango if you Argentina, the distance and the mileage cover and sana be do Europe. Now we mo train ba e no matter. Now we be salon mango why na can tampa or the chemicals ni dua salon mango. Why ne dua pe e Ghana or the chemicals ni dua.
Why are we not fighting this?
We are not fighting it
because we have a trade ministry. We have an agri ministry
which is very weak. The trade ministry had always been very weak. And I wonder, and I'm sorry to say, sir, if you are appointed to be a trade minister, to me, out of the Ghanaian cabinet, that's supposed to be the most powerful ministry, even more than ahead of the health and then ahead of the education. Ahead of the education. Interior is not even the same because you're inside any interior issues. Because, sir, a country where unemployment rate is so high, we are a country university students who graduate as many as 200,000 students a year. Now we need money. We need to promote to agri and we need to promote to produce. And to produce na enkono. And now exacerbating the issue of unemployment and moreover and crime to so many ejuma. When any family land, including yourself and my good self, it is said obia on family land and onu so okoto okru okudua okru. No beti mato okru no ni ata. Do you think, say, Obebo Tai, actual application, not in a shop? Do you think, say, girl, be taking invitation every day, Accra, beautiful girls, cast or Pejuma, appointment and go for the Bamano, oh, mama, a hotel room, Kojiki, and other application, alcohol, question, not change signet, Ghana official, not a soft session, not a box session. Sit down and let's discuss. That's what?
In a hotel room.
In a hotel room. Only in a Ukraine. Oh, you pay application or see you could me a funeral or because you paid more cost on some foul. It is because we don't have any use of our land, neither do we have any use of our produce. Where does it come from? It comes from the fact that we should be able contribute producing foodstuffs to town piano or you see only 40% locally. No, I export 60%. Yeah. You agree producing 60% means of trading far emeto. Yam government. How does the government coordinate? How do they support the yam sellers? And my day yam from no be a money or be fire it be 2 containers or do Germany. O ma jom duty no ba ko pa preoma sienye eno kra enko German ekoto African shops. Yami no me nim say bayre no pride mi twa ba bi approach European who was mu diam be no I rejected the whole yam no e be na trade ministry waka e dey support Ghanaian
from kakra
because the European Union is in Accra and our cantonments here. All the embassies in now. What do you need to do? You have a press soiree and that's a business meeting, cocktail meeting. Aba obi antra konya se jejina tables. You could be the Europeans in organize you could be. Ghana for ministers in the baby. Denmark for you be water. You could be. Akonya kroma be intraso. They tell you what they have called you for. Drinking is you numbi. Pastries kakra yitu and woman tell me di banku be di fufu bia. Not here they all can. That is what they promote their country. Ghana mission, Ghana ambassador na adon bakwa bontina oko celebrate independence in Republic Day. Ontime fa business man. I'm also a ministry no all the embassies here can was in How many of them have you called them? Some of us could technically advise because we do other countries technically we advise them. Yeah. But Ghana, the policy advocates and the technical advisors, we are not and you are not a party man. So it comes to the slogan say, when you're when you're party member, let's say a government role to play. Now say trade ministry, so good technical advisors and our for political sake, minister on your politician from the party that is so good to the affairs of the party. What about the technical advisor?
And consultants.
And the consultants.
Yeah.
So the consultants will be able to tell you, say, look here, there's money here, there's the money there. You don't necessarily need to take or produce, farm produce in Europe. There be Saudi Arabians who take tomatoes to Europeans.
So it's time to look at other markets.
It is the other markets. We're talking about emerging markets.
Okay.
The Turkish, etc. And then I'll be to Turkey, then also be to Diaba. Now, say Turkish ones are TS Maba or the good. Share interesting thing. Artisan work. They say, Omaba. I'm going to say, Ghana needs see Daya. For professional sake, Turkey for Nisi. Serious Nisi. Chinese Nisi. We are losing out everything.
Okay, so me bo interior kakra.
Yes.
Over and me will answer say Boku conflict, you know.
Yes.
There's still some one or two going on. Nipa bensia prepare. So sadly, actually Nyankopon fa the cra nsi. Boku police station them I Boku car, police car, and also so Bibisa na akoso. What do you think about what's going on?
What I think about what is going on is that from 1957 Ghana's independence, post-colonial, interior ministers here from Nkrumah about 75-80% Umfri North. Check the records, President Kufuor. Check the records, President Rawlings. Check the records, President Mills. Check the records, President Mahama, the first one. Let's check even now. Let's check in another Danko Akufo-Addo, defense and interior. Always from the north. Just purposely because of Boku issue. How well have they solved that issue? None. Zero. But this is a place the whole top tribal settings in minority tribes. Except the Dagbanis, that is the northern Tamalis. And then the Wala, and then the Dagatis, and then the Bolga, Frafras. Omam tribe na Kano, Wangara, Kushashi, Bozanga, these minority tribes. And Omo Esroho. Always a fight breaks out. What stops the Ghana government say, "Oh, military base, Sunyani, no fight. Military base, Takradi, no fight. Military base, Tamale, no fight. Military base, Kumasi. Our hotspot, our defense budget, interior budget, Nina Koda Biano, Ekoboko. 60% of Ghana interior budget, yes, my new Boko. What stops you from creating military base in Boko once and for all?
What has stopped us till now?
Because of political direction and that's a lack of just, let me call it, security, maybe coming using knowledge, but lack of security, maybe concerns.
Is it chieftaincy? Is it ethnic? Or is pure political?
Mama, three, all of them. In a triangular shape, and the middle is the innocent citizen. The political version is what I'm saying. The politicians know that is why they take the one for Upper East, Upper West, Upper East mostly interior minister, Upper East, and that's a northern region interior minister. What have they done with it? That is political. Because Obi Wakwa say, interior minister ne Bozanga, and interior we are say. So that political aspect of it. Now the ethnic values, because that side, that tip, you're the Kushashis and the Mampushis. Yes. So the ethnic comes in.
Yeah.
Who is who and who is what? The chieftaincy, one should ask, and then Pam Faso and I have the Mampushi gate and the Kushashi gate. The chieftaincy, we say, me overlord.
Yeah.
We say when I'm here overlord, a day and faso and a omenya. So it takes nobody else but the government to stand up and say, okay, from today, we are Kusasi chiefa, your Kusasi chief, overlord, paramount. We are a year, we so a year, Mampusi also your Pampusi. Obia and Che Obia. Obia a pet, Obia and Kofon trouble nasa. But in an attempt, say an ancient history of over 200 years, say yeah bano any man baby try and abay your henny into my dominating and then the politics in the say anytime a MPP back bano ya or henny back or no for no also ka say afi no also ne power aba anytime NDC baba no na ye wo hene ba ko so raise also power aba all in the good name. Is that not politics?
Political.
All in the good name. Is that not ethnicity? Ethnic? All in the good name, no, and yet chieftaincy. What has it benefited any of them? And what stopped the government to say, look here, we can establish a military base. Now, what do you mean Ghana? Echo UN missions, echo peacekeeping of South Sudan, echo peacekeeping of Liberia, your friends, Liberia, Lebanon. You've been going since 1960 something. Echo peacekeeping as one of the best. And then the stopple, say wow conflict. I hear one town. Now, interestingly, no, because of the minority tribes, no, and Tokwan to me spread it, and Kagani come in was wrong. Because Mampusi Kuzasi Kwa Konko Banko Sopoto. Dago Banko Sopoto. What is a Fafa Kosum Kokubia Mampusi? And there are contained conflicts that has to be resolved.
It's been going on too long from colonial times.
Time to today. And it is a Ghana character. Now, excuse me. Sam Krasin Tokwa will say, Alavanyo Nkunya. The Tiabo Fre. 25. They are 20 years. To 25 years. After you will 2 banks in Yakotuntu. Till now, Ghana government Alavanyo Nkunya in Timisovo. All in the good name of what? And your interest, any priorities. Any concerns in terms of security. It is so porous, so bad, and so disturbing. Say, you can't even understand. And of course, Muntaka, Honorable Muntaka, some say a Northerner, also for Dagmani, and also for Northern region. Let's see what he comes with it.
Yeah.
Marco Yongo had gone there. Marco Yongo was there. Kumbo had been there. All of them, Alasan, Obia Koho. From how many ministers of interior and Afro Momo?
Displacement. Yeah, now any people bring say some very strong northern youth, those especially from the Upper East region. Come back to me at Naho, Aye Juma. Bebre now Kroma. Bebre now any other effects? We can't go for so one but yeah, maybe catch them say and to Paya, you are expected to go and fight.
Apart from that, then again, so what the political decision makers, policy makers, no more culture say, ye baby see kaya ye hostel at the Sierra. What does it tell you?
Come.
So come.
Sir,
you are drawing the youth. If you know Mamma Papancha, a girl of 10 years, 15 years, Obra Metra hostel, no swa adie, no fan the call. And crying on 1 kilo, 40 kilos, with Tim Swan, 60 kilos, or we are near money tree market to Maboko Munchiomuka, or Swadium crying to me communicate. Senya Brofun or Becca or Tim communicate, or Tim Swan yam, about 35 kilos, or we are no eat to see this amount. Isn't it so decided? So sometimes me come market, me who's any manner, not politician, etimika say, ye be hostels, amamo. What stops you from building that hostels? Now that's your own mammy ho. Now the farm hostel. No mutimidi, no mukoboma family. Now they are smarter than us even in terms of education. Yeah. They are smarter when they learn.
Yeah, Breno Aso.
Unfortunately.